congratulations on the new album by Lar. So
Thank
what
you.
inspired you to create a salsa album at this time?
It was something I wanted to do almost 4 years ago, if not longer. And I worked with Tony Succar. I met him. He was doing a tribute to Michael Jackson for his PBS special. And the band was amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, one day when I do my salsa record, I want to do it with you. And so now we move up to the where we are now. This project took probably about 2 years, but I didn't realize I had never done a salsa record. Like there's many different genres of music and what I do, but salsa music is so amazing and it's challenging at the same time. You know, not growing up playing salsa music, but being a Latin jazz artist, salsa music is specific to the parts and what you have to play, and and the music had to be right. So I knew that I wanted to do at least three cover tunes, and especially the tribute to Celia Cruz, Tito Puente, and Cheo Feliciano, Fania All Stars, and then the rest would be originals. It took a minute to get everything together, but once it started coming together, I just couldn't believe I it's like a dream come true. I never thought it would happen. So I'm really excited about it.
You mentioned Celia Cruz, so I have to also bring up the single that you have coming off the album. I got a sneak peek of it. It's being released on International Women's Day. Why is that the perfect release day for a song with this kind of legacy?
Right. Well, I mean, Celia Cruz, she was the queen. She was amazing. I mean, I had the opportunity to meet her when I was young, in my 20s, I should say. That was a long time ago. But just to be able to meet her and perform with her and be around her, and she was so inspiring. What she had gone through her life, and to really like music was everything, and it's just so inspiring. Her fight, her passion, and I wanted to do this song because I loved it so much growing up, and I knew that this was a song I wanted to do. It was important to put this out this month and on Friday, especially because performing this song for Celia Cruz with Gloria Estefan. I mean, come on, like she's the queen. Yeah, she's the queen. And then a new artist, Mimy Succar. And I just thought the three of us women, let's release it. We all the team came together and said, let's release it March 8th. And I'm like, what a brilliant idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. And it was perfect timing because we finished everything and that was going to be the next single anyway. So it's important to represent the women. We've been here for a long time. We go through challenges, but we want to encourage and inspire each other every single day. And I think this is really important to show that us as women can be together and have a great time, and especially through music.
I love to hear it. And from what I saw in the video, it has such a great energy. So I'm so excited for other people to hear it on Friday. But you mentioned your experience. You're an icon, you're a trailblazer, and you've influenced so many women as well. So I'm also wondering, in addition to those who you've mentioned, who are some of the women that you've looked up to in your career?
Oh my God. First and foremost, my mom. She's insane. Like she has so much energy. I'm exhausted when I hang out with her still. Uh she has that passion. She was an athlete, which is what I was growing up. I was training to be in the Olympics, so I was an athlete. My mom is an athlete, but she also took piano and singing, and she plays a little percussion. But her drive and her passion to move on and move forward, and every time you say, "Hey, would you like to try this or do this? Have you done this?" No, but I know I'm going to be good at it. It's that part of like, let's just push through. My mom, first and foremost, my mom and my grandmother, just amazing women. And then, growing up, there weren't, if maybe one or two women that played percussion that I could look up to because we didn't see any growing up. I would say Karen Carpenter. Karen Carpenter and her brother had a show, and she played drums and some percussion. But as far as women playing percussion, there weren't many. Um, it's just mainly my family. They inspired me so much.
I love that. I also have to mention, I told my family that we're doing this interview and they were so excited, which brings me to my next question. You know, I have to ask you about the glamorous life because this is wild. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about this. It's hitting a big anniversary, I believe this June. 40 years.
40, can you believe it? I know, I
It's
can't.
sickening. How?
It's
How?
I don't even understand. I mean, first of all, I'm just barely 40. No, I'm just kidding.
Exact no, but actually, I'm confused. You were like 2 when you made this album? I don't
I
know.
know. Yeah, right. No, it's amazing because someone asked me earlier, do I feel like I need to play that song or do I love to play it? Even when people don't ask for it, I play it because I love playing that song. I love, everything about it. There's so many different versions of Glamorous Life, and it's in every single show that I do, no matter what, I try to play that song. And it means a lot. It changed my life. It was a song that when we recorded it, I actually had a conversation with Warner Brothers at the time, my record company. They wanted me to release a different single. And I said, no, I want to release Glamorous Life because the other single was more of me singing. I didn't see myself as a singer, it was more as a percussionist and a woman playing. And you didn't see that. And I was like, I need to show you, what this looks like. So we had to do a showcase at Warner's so that they could see, the executives could see what I was speaking about. And once I did Glamorous Life, they got it and then they released it as the first single. Otherwise, they wouldn't have known.
It's so crazy to think about too, because when I think of the 80s, it is the quintessential 80s sound on that album, that song. And the thing that's also interesting is you mentioned the covers. So many people have sampled the song because it is iconic. But I think if it was released today, it would still be the biggest hit because of the message. So,
Yeah.
what is it that you remember about creating that song?
The part about it was being able to play a solo and showcase my musicianship on that song, and that's why it was in so important. It was important for us to use that as the first single because I was signed as an R&B artist. I wasn't really a singer, and I sang okay. I wasn't very confident in my singing at the time, but I knew that I could play, and that one song out of the entire record was the one that represented me as an artist, and I thought that this was so important. So making that song, the most important thing was playing percussion on it and allowing people to hear timbales because no one was playing timbales really on commercial music. And they're just like, well, what are timbales? They had no idea what that instrument was on top of it. So that was very important.
I also want to kind of switch to another genre because this new album is salsa. But previously, you had been on a CMT reality show called Gone Country. You ended up winning that reality series with your song Glorious Train. And I think it's just really interesting because that was years ago. But now we've seen all of these high profile artists kind of taking on the country genre. What do you think about this shift that we're seeing in music as someone who has crossed so many genres?
Right. No, I love it. I think it's amazing. I had a great time. I swore I would never do a show, any of those shows where everyone is living in the same house and the drama and all. I don't want to be a part of that. However, the prize for winning was you get to write a song with the songwriters in Nashville, and I think they're amazing songwriters, and that was something I always wanted to do, and I thought that was important. And I would not have gone on the show if I didn't think I was going to win. I was like, no matter what, I'm going to win, and I want to work with these artists, these songwriters. I think it's amazing. I mean, we shouldn't limit ourselves to what type of music we want to play, or it's just being creative in whatever that may be. I mean, right now we see so many country artists and even people that are known for being R&B or something else are crossing over into country. And I think it's beautiful because it's beautiful music, it's storytelling, and again, the passion for that. Music is music. It's beautiful.
When I look at your career, it's so fascinating how it feels like you've really leaned into not only your passion, but also the things that you're so innately talented in, and just traveled to so many different avenues with that passion and that talent. Is there one characteristic of your career that you think it is that helped you find success and longevity?
Uh, I I'm I haven't been like I'm not successful yet. Continue to strive to be successful in a way of success comes in different ways. And for me, uh, being successful in the way that people think I am, I'm not reaching for that. Being successful is being able to be happy every single day and to be able to be creative and keep putting music out, you know, and just being open to the change and wanting to change and not being stagnant in a place of I'm still in the 80s. No, I want to grow as a musician. And so the success is growing and experimenting and figuring out what you want to do and coming up with something different and challenging yourself to do music you've never done before. Like this is challenging, this salsa record. I don't, and I keep going, what was I thinking? Well, yeah, I don't know, but it's challenging for me to be able to do this, to be able to sing and play these beats and different rhythms at the same time and sing in Spanish, which is not my first language. And with this entire band that we're putting together, it's just, it's incredible. So it's just, I just, I think the characteristic is really just moving forward with, you know, being in the moment and challenging yourself and not staying in a place of being complacent and comfortable, because then you don't grow. You know, you've got to, I love pushing myself and I love, you know, learning. Oh my God, learning things every single day. It's just amazing. There's so much to learn.
I could literally speak with you all day, but I have one more question. I know that you're really heavily involved in music and arts and education with your Elevate Oakland Foundation. I did get a question from my friends at the My Favorite Teacher campaign. So I'm wondering, did you ever have a favorite teacher growing up who really influenced your career?
Yeah, people ask me that, and I mean, my violin teacher was very nice. I don't remember her name, and I can see her face like it was yesterday, and I couldn't remember her name, but you know, she really pushed me to play violin. And the funny thing about it is, like, I learned violin so quickly that I didn't learn how to read because my ear was so quick. But she was amazing as a teacher. And then in junior high and high school, my teachers wanted to keep me in school. They're just like, you only have a couple of years, just stay in school. But I was already touring and it was hard. And I was learning so much being on tour at 14, 15 years old than I was in school. But they understood that, but they stayed with me and they were even coming to my shows. We're here to support you now. You got to come back to school. Just continuing to impart in me how important it was to stay in school.
Love hearing about those experiences, and it's been such an honor to speak with you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.